What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Brent
and Jeff
watches Babylon 5 for the first time. Jeff, we are here, still in your house.
Still here. Still out
a couple
outside
days
of Portland.
ago, we watched Sleeping in Light, and we are in the process of getting ready to record that main episode. But before I hop on a plane and fly home, we said we got to sit down, and we're going to do the first of these movies while we're together.
We've heard a lot from you about the movies, and there's a handful that are great and a handful that are not so much, apparently, but are still good context-wise. I think we've heard this one is really well beloved.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to do this one together. And this will be fun. Us being able to record together in the same room just adds a lot to everything.
I think so.
More fun for us. Hopefully more fun for you, too.
There you go. So we are going to record this episode. This, just to clarify, is our reaction video.
Yep.
Please be sure, whenever you're watching this, come back on Monday, where Jeff and I are going to get together. We're going to give this the full Babylon 5 for the first time treatment. However, unlike Brent normal watches, I'm not taking notes. I'm just watching this time.
It's fun. You get to do it for Reels reaction video.
Right? I'm not having to prep the podcast while I'm watching,
Exactly.
which is normally what I've been doing. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. Hey, while you're here, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with somebody that you know who loves Babylon 5. And with that, today's video. We have a sponsor for today's video, not Brevari.
It'd be great if it was they did actually sponsor us.
Yes. Olipop, you may now send us a check. This is amazingly great. So I'm told. I've never had it before. I'm going to try it right here.
Have his first drink right here.
Yeah. This is Dr. Goodwin. I'm assuming.
Yep.
As I know exactly what that is.
I'm doing a classic root beer today. So this is a soda made with healthy stuff in it. It's got some pro or prebiotic stuff in there. It's got some juice, 2 grams of sugar, and 9 grams of fiber.
There you go.
If you're our age, fiber is really important.
This does not. I expected this to taste like a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
This is nowhere close to a Dr. Pepper.
No?
No.
Is it good? Do you enjoy it?
Have you ever had in your mind...
There goes the sponsorship.
This is what... No. Hold on. Chill with me, Olipop. I got you. Have you ever had in your mind like, oh, I'm going to go drink a tea. But then you go drink the tea and you realize it's like watered down soda.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean? Olipop is not watered down soda. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is
like on second or third drink, you're like, okay, now I know what it is.
Now I know what it is. Right. And so it was that. Like that first taste was like, not what I was expecting. So
it doesn't have the coat your mouth sweetness that a lot of like other like Coke, Pepsi sort of products have.
I can't compare this flavor to anything. It's a very unique flavor. It's good. I enjoy it. I will drink the rest of this can.
Good.
So
yeah, the root beer is great. I love the root beer.
Anyway, Olipop, thank you so much for not sponsoring today's episode,
but possibly sponsoring future ones. Let's watch an episode.
Let's do it. Let's get into In the Beginning. Brent's doing this from a distance. Right. All right, we can do that. All right, here we go. Transition.
It is said that in every age there is one singular event that forever changes the world around us. A nexus, if you will.
I've seen a movie with a nexus before.
Yeah.
Didn't turn out well for the captain.
It did not, but it's a pretty great place.
It is said that the future is always born in pain. The history of war is the history of pain. Because we learn that we can no longer afford the mistakes of the past.
He's so well written.
Oh my God.
But in the pain of that war, a future was born. At our last, best hope for peace.
And the name of the
Babylon
place?
5.
Babylon 5.
Actually, I figure it would have just been Babylon.
Right?
Oh, wait, that one blew up. Babylon 2.
I mean,
wait.
Shoot. I mean,
Babylon 3. No, we got it, guys. Babylon 4. I'm sorry, what happened?
Where'd the thing go?
Okay, Babylon 5.
All right,
I'm not doing it anymore. We're still burning. Earth calendar 2278. Okay, is this...
This is War Without End Time. I
Is
think.
it?
I think that's War
Or
Without
is this right
No.
after Fall its entire... Well, no, because this was between season 4 and 5. It's when it came out. I
Yeah.
don't know when it's set, but...
Well, I think that season 5 was in 2261.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and 17 years later is
2278.
which is War
Okay.
Without End.
All right.
They find out you've been looking.
Then why is the window here if you're not supposed to look?
Right?
That's a great
The
question.
Emperor's window, look. He's the only one who can look out of the palace.
been a long time since I heard the sound of laughter in this room.
There's Londo. Okay, hold on.
He's
We
been
got
there all
we
alone.
got to stop this. Okay. The rule is you're not allowed to look out of the palace so you don't see the buildings burning.
Yeah. Only the Emperor can. So what that means...
That's oppression. Like, that's how you keep people under your thumb, dude.
We just watched Stargate, the movie, yesterday.
Yeah.
And in that one, Raw outlawed reading and writing.
Right.
For the same reason.
Yeah.
This is next level.
That's...
Not only no reading or writing, but also don't look.
Don't even look.
No looking.
Yeah.
So
Only the Emperor can look.
So if we play this out, if I'm right, 17 years ago was the fall of Centauri Prime.
Yeah.
No one's looked out that window. Those kids have not seen outside. Wow.
And those kids are probably what? 9 and 7, 9 and 6, somewhere around there.
Ish. Yeah, in that neighborhood. Right. I mean, I don't know how Centauri
Jeff, you've got a 9-year-old. I've got a 9-year-old. I've got a 12-year-old. Are you keeping your kid from looking out of the window for 12 years, even if it's your order?
All the time. All the doors are closed.
No.
Blind to the world.
That kid will have looked out of the window easily by like age 3 or 4.
So many times.
All right, here we go.
Very long time.
Uh-oh, Londo.
Let me see them.
Don't get too close.
Don't get on the platform.
And what are your names,
Luca Dorati. This is my sister, Alyssa.
Any order you desire.
Open the windows.
Right. Ice cream for dinner.
What do you want?
Oh, bad
Tell
question.
me a story.
No, it's all right. You did far better with that question than I did.
Oh, great callback.
What
Great
kind
callback.
of story would you like to hear?
Yeah, if you hadn't watched the show, you just started watching this movie, that would
I want a
fly
story
right
about
over your
great
head.
battles and wars and bravery and heroes and villains.
I see.
I have 1 or 2 of those.
I have 1 or 2 of those. What does your sister want?
She says, the elimination of the
She
Narn.
says she wants to hear a true story.
Very well. Then I will give you both what you want.
So generous.
A story about great deeds.
He asked them,
About armies of light
Yeah,
and soldiers of darkness.
I will totally mark out if the story starts with, it was the dawn. I was there at the 3rd age of the dawn of that's how the gathering started.
Right.
Then
that's a good call. That's a good call. Here's the thing. So he asked them, what do you want? But his first question was, what are your names? Let me reword that question. Who are you?
Who are you? Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, it's so good. Before you start, so this, most people would have watched this between season 4 and season 5.
That's my understanding.
Like when it came out.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of context around the fall of Centauri Prime and stuff like that. But at this
That
point,
hasn't happened yet.
Exactly. At this point, they would just have the War Without End references to have in their minds.
Correct.
So we understand Emperor Londo and all the stuff going on with him, but not to the level we do.
Here's the thing. People begged us to watch this movie way back when.
We're going to prove them.
You and I made an executive decision not to, for reasons. One of the questions that we had, even all the way through season 5, is the future that we saw in War Without End the future that will happen?
Right.
Because we were told, even back in season 1, it can always be changed.
Yeah,
it can always be changed.
Lady Ladera said one of many possible futures.
Right. And then when we got Lady Roddenberry, who came in, she talked about how...
Morella.
Thank you. She talked about how you have a few chances to save your soul and to redeem your whatever it is, and you go through all this, which means there's a variety of possibilities of what could happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So I really wonder if, having watched this prior to season 5, if that would have maybe turned that question, or because here's the thing, you and I've watched a ton of sci-fi.
A little bit, yeah.
The whole point of time travel is to
change it.
Fix what was wrong the first time, right? Like, that's what the trope is in sci-fi. So it's possible we could have just been like, oh, that was a good story for there. We still could try to change it. Or this is, anyway.
Yeah.
Just a thought that ran through my head.
Also, a fun thing here, he says Army of Light. Phrase I would like to never hear again.
I do notice you can see under her hat just a little bit, her hairline.
Yeah.
They're not going to shave a kid's head. I mean, the
they
girl in there, I don't know if they shaved her head or if that's a skull cap.
If they care about the canon of this series, Brent, there's only one way to do this right.
Kill the kids?
You shave that girl's head and you kill the boy.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they killed a girl. They did that too. That happened. But in this one, sorry. If they don't do that, I'm going to really hate this movie.
JMS, you brought this on yourself.
You did.
You see,
Pull up
I
a chair.
was there the dawn of the
Yes! Yes!
It began with the humans, you know. I was there.
Ah, Malari.
Oh, wow.
I'd like you to meet General Lefcourt. General Londo Malari,
General Lefcourt.
liaison to the Centauri delegation.
He's when he took on Sheridan at Mars. Or at Earth.
Please, sit.
Mars.
At the end of the Civil War.
Or Civil War, yeah. He was one of Sheridan's teachers.
I would not have made that connection had you not pointed that out.
So Londo, young Londo, pre-B5, PB5 Londo.
Well, so this is about 15 years prior to Babylon 5.
Earth-Minbari War was about 10 years, if I remember right.
that's about
Prior
right,
to that was the Dilgar War. So this probably puts us around that time.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
All right.
How was your president? Well, I hope.
Much better. Just saw her in the red
That's
room
why
and she started
Jeff
to get
is
some
the
of the
one who
color
was.
back in her cheeks.
What do you know about a race called Minbari?
Oh.
We need to know all we can about them.
Then send one ship only. Anything more could be perceived as a threat.
They're going to send a whole
If
armada.
that were to happen,
No, they're going to send
I assure you
King
they would
Arthur's
never
ship.
return home.
My people can handle themselves. We took care of the Dilgar. We can take care of the Minbari.
Arrogance and stupidity all in the same package. If you do not bother them, they will not bother you.
It's like a bee.
But that decision's already been made.
Let it do its thing.
All we're asking from the Centauri is that you give us whatever you've got on the location of their military forces so we can avoid any possible contact.
And I resent your implication.
Good day.
I've tried to help you. You refuse to listen. There you are.
That's fair. That's
I will
super
get
fair.
you the information you asked for.
Literally how I
And
teach
that
my
is
kid.
the end.
Like, you tell them once, and if
luck with
they
your
don't
mission, gentlemen.
listen to what you're said, that's on them.
It is the least I can do for the honored leader of the Anla Shock.
Hey, I know what that word means.
I've learned that the more vehemently a rumor is denied, the more often it tends to be true. So,
Another truism spoken by
did you
James.
pass on my request for more support?
I did. It was considered and rejected.
They promised.
Okay. So I've often had this as a question, and I think this is answering it, and I don't like the answer.
Okay.
When it comes to the Rangers, I have been under the impression that when Sinclair got sent to Minbar as the ambassador, something happened there where he effectively started the Rangers. That was my impression.
Okay.
Right. And then obviously, you know, Sinclair went back and the Rangers were this hybrid of human and Minbari soldiers, special elite training for this cause out there that nobody really understands.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And they sort of develop their own culture, and obviously Delenn and Sheridan get involved in that, and they take over that Intel Zaw thing, and eventually, as we now know, they pass it on to Ivanova.
Right. Yeah.
Right? But what this very much shows is that the Rangers exist well before that.
Yeah.
We see the Rangers go forward in fall of deconstruction.
Yeah.
But it shows that they exist here. I think in my head that I also like maybe Valen kind of had something similar way back when, you know, but it had kind of like died, and maybe what Sinclair did was like resurrect it when it came back. But this very clearly shows I was completely wrong about all that.
My impression when we first saw Sinclair right on that video, hello, old friend, and he talked about we introduced to the Rangers. My impression at that point was also very much that he started it or resurrected it, one of the two. Like, here's a thing. I'm Sinclair. I'm on Minbar, so now I'm making this a thing. As the series went on, though, it became more clear that it was a long, steeped. In fact, I remember too. We were talking about how long he was on Minbar. And like, there's no way he could have come with this whole thing and this whole training program and all this stuff. And later on, I think through just the story, especially the Civil War story, we kind of got a little more, and that the Rangers have been a longer term thing. I think maybe the Sinclair added the human element though,
when he went as the ambassador,
which would make sense too. So he added the human element. Fast forward to the Interstellar Alliance, Delenn is now in Tilza, and she adds the anybody piece. So as the diversification of Ranger 1 happened, so went the Rangers themselves.
So I just said a thing that Intel Zaw is supposed to, I mean, because we understand that means Ranger 1. And I think we had a question. I think we had a discussion. Can anybody be Ranger 1?
Yeah.
Or is it specific, the one? Because Zathras was all about the one was a triunity thing, a trinity thing of Sinclair / Valen, Sheridan, and Delenn. That's why, like, I just, like, is this guy the one?
Yeah, I say no.
Do they live for the one, this guy right here, and die for that one?
No.
Is the one, what is the one? We had that discussion too.
Yeah, and I think that's still on the table. But I think what helps support that's not is the fact that Sheridan was never in Tilza, and he was the one. Sinclair and Delenn were in Tilza.
Well, no. I mean, Sheridan took over the leadership of the Rangers after he stepped down as president.
Did he? Oh, yeah, you're right.
They said that.
You're right.
Yeah. And so he had only been Ranger 1 for like a couple of years before he,
stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't die. He just
stopped being Ranger 1. All right, we're podcasting. Let's react.
His watch had ended.
We have carried the Rangers as part of our cultural identity, our debt to Valen, for 1,000 years. How much more can you ask of us?
But now is when the
Everybody's like,
said,
just shut up and watch
we would be needed most. We must begin to move.
I'm sorry, Lennon.
I was telling you about how Lennon, head of the Anlashok, humans would one day call the Rangers, was brought before the Grey Council.
Lennon called them Rangers.
Long ago, Valen led our people to victory in the Great War against the Shadows. Before he went away, he gave us the prophecy that they would return again in 1,000 years. That time is almost upon us. And the Rangers who were...
Thank you.
Stop.
These stupid Minbari.
Wait a minute. No, stop.
Oh.
What went away for 1,000 years?
The Shadows.
Oh.
Which it's this...
Sorry, I literally was watching Ducat run around the room thinking about him.
Oh.
And I thought he was talking about the Rangers. Like, they just said the Rangers have been gone for 1,000 years. Sorry.
How stupid how many people stood in front of this great council and said, hey, Shadows are coming. Oh, no. And then they, what? Why are they here?
Valen said that the Shadows would first return to their homeworld of Zachadum before moving against us. So why not send an expedition to Zachadum to determine if they have indeed returned?
Oh, that's smart.
The warrior caste will be no part of this. Our forces are needed here to protect Homeworld.
From what?
Besides, the journey is long and difficult. Other expeditions have found that the area around Zahadum is mined with traps and ancient defense systems.
This guy's a wuss.
Other races have moved in, claimed it as their own.
We can rely on the reports of others or see for ourselves. My whole life, I've heard of Zahadum in whispers and legends.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
I know what this is.
I'd like to see it once before I die. Wouldn't you, Delenn?
Yes, Master.
You sure about that, Delenn?
Right.
Then we will go.
You know, a lot of not good stuff
only a few
happening there.
support vessels sworn to secrecy to avoid the panic Kaplan fears. And we'll travel indirectly to various outposts until we are ready for the final jump. It is an elegant and simple solution, Kaplan.
Well played. Ducat's amazing.
All right, first of all, his answer there is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it's he took what Delenn said, he took what Kaplan said, came up with the best actual solution.
Put it all together.
Also, 100% he's just going for himself.
Totally. Yeah.
This is the captain's prerogative. Like, I just want to go.
So you're telling me the edge of the galaxy is right over there and we can just go see it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have no reason. It's very dangerous. A lot of bad things have happened. Cool. Let's go.
Let's go. I've wanted to go there for a long time.
It's literally the Janeway maneuver.
Right. I mean, Jack would do it too.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
There's something on your mind, Delenn. I recognize that expression.
Check it out.
That's a Star Trek and a Stargate reference.
I believe that Lennon is correct, but...
It's been a long day. I must go to my sanctum and meditate on this in private.
That's a lot of hubris to call your room your sanctum.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to go Kelnarim.
Right. Yep. He can heal there as well. It's great.
Dude, if he has a sarcophagus in there.
He's going to commune with his little junior growing inside of him. Oh, there's something going on. Oh,
it's Kosh! It's Kosh! Oh my gosh!
Well, I don't know if that's Kosh.
No, it starts.
They're all Kosh, Jeff.
That's true. Yeah, we are Kosh. Oh, is that? Yes.
That is Naranic.
Ducat's holding those cards up to his chest right now, letting things play out.
Yes, come in, Commander. Have a seat. How's your father?
He's fine, sir. He sends his regards.
Ah, it's Sheridan.
He asked me to remind you, respectfully, that you still owe him 40 credits from last week.
This is an important mission. When it's over, you'll be that much closer to your own command.
Can I ask which ship is leading the expedition?
The Prometheus.
I can't leave Captain Stearns in the lurch, and I don't really feel comfortable with the situation on the Prometheus.
Sheridan, you are the most stubborn man I have ever seen. And mainly at your own expense. All right?
Knowing what's coming between them.
Shoot your career in the foot? Awesome. Who am I to stand in the way? Dismissed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to pause right here.
Yeah, and isn't it wild that like just a few days ago we saw him stop, like an old man stop, and now we see him as like young, fresh.
No, but I want to go back to the last time we saw him at Rising Star, because that would have, you know, the people watching, they would have seen that deconstruction in this. Okay, how did he look in Rising Star? He had the goatee.
Right,
he had the hair, the coif. Okay. Fast forward to the beginning of the next season, season 1. How did he look?
Same, yeah.
He had the goatee, he had the hair, he had the coif.
Gray going.
They shaved his head.
Yeah.
That means they cut his hair, cut his beard. He can grow the beard out, that's fine. But that hair, they cut it down and it went back to the coif.
Yeah.
Unless his hair is actually under that and that's a skull cap, in which case that's phenomenal.
Amazing.
But it does not look like that at
No,
all.
that looks I mean, they've clearly addressed the hairline, just like with Londo.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is the thing I'm fixating on in this moment.
Makes me jealous of his hair. They can get rid of it and it comes back looking like it does.
Yeah. Also, I love that he's got the Lexington name drop in there.
Yeah.
So my home city of Lexington, Kentucky.
Good one for you. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Lexington.
I was only thinking of what you said earlier, and remembering that from time to time, aliens have come to us pretending to be Vorlons, since no one alive has ever seen them. It's easy to be deceived.
Are you saying I'm being deceived?
I'm not saying anything.
Oh.
Did not say anything then.
That's the Delenn we know.
Anything now, unless you are saying you've seen a Vorlon.
I'm saying even less than you, except for this. When the darkness comes, if you ever have doubt about your actions, all you need to do is look into the face of a Vorlon. Once you see that, all doubt is erased forever.
I know that. I catch this. I'm catching this reference right now. Do you get it?
Oh, yeah.
You know what they're talking about? All right, no, you shut up because you do this all the time. So this is all me.
I'm giving you your moment.
This is when Delenn went to Kosh and was like, I need to see. I need to know. We had so many questions about what that was about.
And here it is.
So many questions about why she had to do that.
And I feel like it was never answered for us.
It wasn't. It never was answered. If you ever have a doubt, go look in the face and it'll remove all doubts, right?
Brilliant, yeah.
And so she did,
She did.
So here's another question that we still have that has been unanswered. I really hope we answer it in this one. Why? What did Delenn mean when she said to Kosh, "You know why we have to save him"?
With Sheridan,
right? Which, you know, I mean, I kind of jokingly floated a theory, half joking, about how Sheridan was Kosh and went back, and that was why. But they've never truly answered why at that moment. You know, because Kosh doesn't necessarily see the future, right?
Right.
Like, so he wouldn't know. Like, why is it Sheridan has to be saved?
Yeah, he's operating off the same prophecies.
Yeah.
It sounds like. And we've postulated that it's because he's the one.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah.
Navigation, prepare to jump.
Roger that, bridge. Jump engine standing by at your command.
Jump!
Was that the ship that Sheridan was going to go be Exo?
Prometheus.
The Prometheus? Because he was on the Lexington, right?
Yep.
Will you follow me into fire? Will you follow me into darkness? Will you follow me into death?
I will.
Then follow.
There's a lot of love in that I will. A lot of, that was deep.
Okay, but like, does she have a thing for him like Lanier had a thing for her?
I don't think so. I think it's more mentor.
No, I think she absolutely has a thing for him, but I think it's more infatuation.
Yeah.
And she can appropriately set that aside.
Sir, we're picking up a silhouette. Do you have the scanner range?
I am become gray.
Hey, it's a triluminary.
I stand
Isn't it?
in the darkness.
And now everyone just filled their robes. Oh my God, she activated it. Yeah. We saw this in Atonement.
Between the candle and the star.
That thing will one day change her forever.
Yeah.
Scanners confirm target is unknown vessel.
Now we handled the Dilgard, we can handle a few stray ships. Now, bring us in closer.
This is good casting on this guy.
That's why the Great Council, it was the Great Council ship that they opened fire on. I just now thought about that.
Okay.
It wasn't just a ship they opened fire on and
ship.
Killed Ducat because he happened to be on that
Sensors
ship.
have detected an
He was on
echo,
the Great
which
Council
seems to be
ship.
following our course. They may be alien ships on approach. I've told them to go to maximum power on the scanners.
Oh my God!
So we
Dude!
can verify.
Dude, you know what that is?
There's no reason to concern.
That's
the
Byron!
company.
That's Byron!
Oh my God!
Good call, man.
Oh my god!
And he knows what's going to happen because he's telepath.
Sir, alien ships are changing
I have no idea
course.
what he just said.
He started this whole thing. This whole thing's Byron's fault.
This whole thing is Byron's fault.
I'm going to go back as a Minbari and make this whole thing blow up just so I can do this.
I've never seen those markings before.
He is great counsel.
I believe they're the humans.
They have tried to contact us, but we do not understand their language. As is our custom, we are approaching with gun ports open.
By whose order?
Sir, alien ships have opened gun ports.
Master, that is the tradition of the warrior caste. A gesture of strength and respect. They can see our weapons. They can see we approach them open-handed.
Enemy presumed to be hostile. Weapons hot.
All batteries, all forward guns.
Yep.
Fire at will. I repeat, fire!
Fire! Oh, and they even got the
That's a cut from the other episode.
Yeah. JMS is like, damn it, I'm going to make this episode mean something one way or the other.
Somebody help me! Oh!
Dude, everything makes so much more sense. This is great. We got so much of this story in pieces.
We need to strike back, but the council is divided. Do we follow them back to their base and take revenge, or do we wait? Yours is the deciding vote, Delenn.
I wonder if this is actually a pull from Atonement or if they reshot it.
That's what I'm wondering.
Animals!
This is her acting. And you can even see the reduction in quality.
No mercy. Strike them down! Kill them, all of them! All of them!
Oh, but you know what? Delenn doesn't react emotionally. I've been told that a whole lot from
Well,
people.
but the reason she doesn't is because she had this.
With the death of their leader to come.
The whole thing about Dude with the guilt trip was he was the one who pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
And fired. That looked like more than one one gun battery going off.
All batteries, all guns, fire at will.
It wasn't him. Yeah. It was them.
I mean, I don't want to take away.
I am taking away. Go ahead.
I don't want to take away that, like, even in war, like, there's a whole bunch of you and you're all shooting. I still put the bullet in that person.
Yeah.
But the weight of that whole war on him, that's dumb.
Is dumb. Yeah.
And I was going to say ridiculous, but it's dumb. Nice try to make that episode relevant. It's still not. Everyone just stopped watching.
This would have been filmed theoretically after Atonement, right?
Theoretically.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Because that was in season 4, so they didn't have the TNT deal yet. Yeah. I wonder if Byron was in Atonement. Like, it was the same actor.
I mean, that whole piece, that whole scene. You're right. Like it was a degraded quality of film. It looked like it had lifted from the.
I think it might have been
because the actions, like the way she beat him, and like all of that was so
her
spot
face,
on.
everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So, which I mean, you can act it. I get it. I've done stuff like that before, but
it was so emotional, so strong. To be able to get. Yeah.
But I mean, I think the telltale sign being just the film quality in that scene. So he must have been there. Wow. You know, maybe this was like his audition for the next.
God, I wish he would have blown it.
Yeah. Too bad they didn't shave his head.
Since the first engagement, we have not won a single battle.
Is that Mackie?
Their ships are immensely superior to our own.
Younger, smaller?
They use some kind of stealth technology we have not been able to beat yet.
That unless we find a way to defeat the Minbari, the human race ends with the current generation. Dismissed.
Kind of feels like fear-mongering. Also, maybe real. I don't know.
It's only fear-mongering if it's invalid. You know?
But you saw those records. If you were in my position, would you go?
Under normal circumstances, no. But after what I saw,
they're gonna be dead.
Yeah.
That's not Mackie. That's his Lexington. Yeah, Lexington. Oh, it's so cool. It's gonna be there she is.
What are you doing
now?
Here?
See, that could be
You're
a wig.
Supposed to be at the university.
Like,
You know me, never where I'm supposed to be.
I was just worried, that's all.
That is an empty ass
so
office.
Many terrible stories about what's going on out there.
It's not as bad as everyone says.
Hey, she's got earring in both ears.
Got on your weight.
Here it is.
Here, take this.
Man, that's so much more powerful now. People brought this up so much, but
I
like
won't wear
now.
it again until you come back.
Wear it
Until
again.
you give it back to me. That way, we know you'll come back.
Like, I knew she suffered so much loss, but this adds so much frosting to that cake.
Here's the thing. We've heard. I mean, did you know that?
No.
Did you know that's how that went down? I've heard that, like, whenever we've mentioned it, people will say it gets answered, but nobody's ever said why.
I don't think if they have, I never paid
that has been a spoiler that has been kept.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for keeping
Very
that.
much so.
Because that was really cool to see.
Yeah, that was really
And
cool.
how could it not be that? It's as soon as, because I saw the one earring and then they went to and I saw the other one. I was like, this has to be. Like, if it wasn't, I would have been mad, and then this whole movie would have been awful.
Oh, yeah, because your expectations would have been met.
Right.
With access to some of your weapons, we'd at least stand a fighting chance.
We know you sell it
It's
to
not our
most anybody.
policy to supply advanced weapons to developing worlds.
Prime directive.
Right.
We'll pay any price.
Yes. And then we will pay the price when the Minbari come after us for helping you.
What help can we expect from the Narns?
Anything that'll crush the
When
Centauri.
we drove the Centauri from our world after 100 years
Not
of
a fan of the
occupation,
lighting in this
we
one.
seized many of their weapons.
Yeah.
We took them
I get why
apart,
they're doing it.
studied
They wanted
them,
him to be
learned
a
to turn
surprise.
their own weapons against them, and we are willing to sell them to you.
Aren't you worried about the Minbari?
If they capture any of the equipment, they will assume it came from the Centauri, attack them, and we win by default. And if they should learn that the weapons came from us, we endured slavery for 100 years. A slave is immune to the fear of dying, because to die is simply to end the cycle of pain.
So it's Londo's fault because they didn't give them weapons and they turned to the Narn.
Yeah.
And stuff went really bad with the Narn, huh?
I think you should go there, Delenn.
I hope we see Drawl.
I think you should go very soon.
Literally, I was thinking that. And I really want it to be Shakespearean stage young Drawl.
Oh, young Delenn. It is so wonderful.
It's exciting, isn't it?
So it begins.
So does the
you a Vorlon?
Ranger 1 dude know about the Vorlon? Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, we have both of them.
Ooh, cost 2 electric boogaloo. No, that's a bad question.
Creating the future. If you're seeing this message, it is because I am dead.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Gosh, is R2-D2.
The whole point of the Vorlon was just carried this
He's
message.
R2-D2. Oh my gosh.
Like basically everyone who started the Earth Minbar War ended up on Babylon.
Yeah.
First cases of
and had to work with
radiation
each other.
poisoning will be brought here for treatment.
Doc Franklin.
And when this goes online, it'll be the best facility of its kind anywhere.
And did you or did you not collect detailed information about their DNA, their biology, and other areas that may be of vital importance to the Biogenetic Warfare Division?
Yes, I did.
And where are those notes?
You're not getting them.
Sir, I am a doctor. My job is to save lives. In my opinion,
I don't give a rat's ass about your opinion, mister. I want those notes.
I can't do that.
Excuse me? I don't think I heard that.
I cannot allow my notes to be used in creating a biogenetic plague that could conceivably wipe out an entire race.
That's what they're trying to do to us, son, or have you not been following the news lately?
I know. And if we do the same, how are we any different?
There you go.
I am sorry, General. I am a doctor. I cannot allow my notes to be
Dang,
used
so
in
close.
creating weapons of war.
JMS,
Now, under
good
the
job
military
not going there.
justice, you
Don't
may-
you
dang
talk
it.
to
You
me
cannot
about military code,
force
mister.
me to go
Do you hear
against
me?
my conscience.
Security! Dr. Franklin's under arrest.
Good for him.
He will be held until he produces the information I've requested. I want his office searched. I want his house searched.
Been interesting to
Every
see
data
Garibaldi.
crystal. I want all reports.
yeah.
Every record's confiscated with 1,600 hours.
He was on Mars at
God
this
help
point.
you, son.
Or Lou.
From now on out, every soldier that dies in this war is on your hands. Get him out of here!
That's not true.
That was dirty.
That's
that
not
was
true.
dirty.
Roger that. Maximum thrust.
Oh,
Ganya.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get to see something already.
Knowing this, it's amazing we didn't really get a lot of like hostility from Ivanova towards
Eagle 7 to
the
Lexington.
Minbari.
She's flamed out.
Stand by, Eagle 7.
Or towards Sheridan. That means Ganya was on Sheridan's ship as a CO.
For the radio chatter? Negative. She's running silent.
Well, EXO.
Yeah.
But
Whatever.
still.
You know what I mean.
Keep moving this thing.
A commanding
Sir, I don't
officer.
like it. If they jump into the middle of us, holy.
This is Fleet Command. All ships break off. I repeat, break off.
Oh, man. That's brutal. Brutal. And Sheridan called it. That guy's the real deal. There goes Ganya.
Firing control. Do we have any tactical nukes left?
Affirmative. 3 2-megaton warheads with proximity fuses.
All right, I'm authorizing use of tactical nukes.
Nukes have fuses?
Firing control, remove their warheads, get them down to launching bay 9
Figuratively.
ASAP. Communications, stand by to broadcast distress signal, but
What?
not until I give
This
the
is the
order.
moment. This is the
No
moment.
way.
Oh, because that's the name of the Minbari ship.
That would be
Oh. Fair.
less than honest if I said I was sure this was going to work. It might.
People, you can delete your
Might
comments.
not.
It's all right. We got it fixed.
We could very well blow up right alongside the enemy. But at least we will have a fighting chance of taking them out with us.
That's the Sheridan we know.
Yeah.
Unless anyone else has a better idea.
I like how he's affecting his voice.
No,
too.
I was gonna say, given the gravelly you just heard with Sleeping in Light, to that right there, like,
Box Lightner's a superhero as far as acting goes.
Yeah.
Hell, I didn't want to live forever anyway.
But you might actually, depending on. Like,
now.
Thermonuclear annihilation.
See you in hell.
Wow. It's like an old style newsreel.
Right.
Our boys on the front lines are doing a great job.
Remind them the Minbari do not take survivors. They were on a mission to murder the surviving crew of the Lexington. They paid the price. Dismissed.
Actually, I find that fair.
Like, yeah, you were coming with the intent to kill.
Yeah.
That was quick thinking on your part, Commander.
War.
You're to be commended. Thank you, sir. You were right to stay where you were. Thanks for arguing with me.
Also not. He could have avoided this whole thing.
Now I have another job for you. But my ship is going to be in space dock for some time being repaired. I need you for this immediately.
That's Sheridan with some stank on his face.
Yeah.
He didn't like that. So I've already told you.
Commander Sheridan, this is Jakar, representative of the Narn regime, which has agreed to sell us weapons to help equalize the battle.
They had a problematic relationship.
He's
when
also
it
here to
first
make
came on.
arrangements for a covert mission.
Commander.
I'm sorry, what now?
When Sheridan first came on in season 2, he and Jakar had a pretty rough relationship. It took them a while to get good footing.
Did they?
Yeah.
I swear if he calls him John here.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
We're losing this war, John.
Oh, really?
And if the only way the human race can survive is to surrender, then we will surrender.
Wow. It's really interesting to me. I don't clearly remember the beginning of season 2 enough to comment on it, but I seem like I remember us talking about he only had a pre-existing relationship with Ivanova. Because later on, when she's a lieutenant.
I was gonna say, like, when you said that he and Jakar had a rough thing, like, I don't recall him knowing anybody but Ivanova.
Yeah. So it's like I can get him and Jakar not bringing the thing up, but Franklin, because like one of his first interaction with Franklin was going to save Garibaldi using the Quality of Mercy machine. Like there could be some callback stuff they didn't make. I don't know. I don't know. I have to rewatch that and just see how it fits.
We'll get there eventually.
Exactly, second time.
My orders were to prevent the Narns from
Just for
using
you
the war
watching,
to establish closer ties with the humans.
We see the video audio.
Spies learned of the Narn mission to the Epsilon system. We assumed it was an arms shipment. We didn't know. We couldn't know that it was an attempt to end the war.
It's interesting. Okay. In the Epsilon system, which is where Babylon 5 ends up. Yeah. So literally the end is the beginning, or the whatever sort of a thing.
Yeah.
The people and the place. This is the blood on his hands.
Yeah. I actually was sitting there trying to wonder, like, okay, where's Londo take the blame for this?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like he didn't sell him weapons. That's the thing. But even taking the blame for this is very much a King Arthur thing. It's like you didn't know.
Just a sec. We need to plan the power supply.
Jakar, a ship is coming through the jump gate.
You have a reading on it?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Nathanael, can you hear me?
That is the Centauri way.
And it was my order that destroyed their last chance for peace.
Not their last best, just their last.
Well, apparently it wasn't the last chance for peace, because
couple more coming.
They got there eventually. Yeah.
Listen carefully and repeat exactly.
Suddenly he has to go to a whisper. Right. Dramatic effect. What did he say?
Did you get it?
Yeah. What was it? When the end comes, return to the beginning?
Right. As promised, the Minbari came quickly. With their one chance for peace ruined and Lannon dead, the war escalated. The end of the story.
Great War! I'm hit!
No.
That was the Battle of the Line.
Yeah, in the sky full of stars.
The greatest slaughter of all still waits for us.
I mean, when you said earlier what they're going to do with Sinclair, that's immediately what I thought was
stock ironic, isn't it?
Especially after we saw the Michael York one.
And every window in the palace blocked off because I was afraid. Every inch of our world. Everything I did for her. And look what we have done to her. But There is hope, but it will be hard.
It's an interesting thing, and I don't want to dive too much into this because this is not the podcast, this is the reaction. But I'm saying this in case I don't say it later because I'm not taking notes. Okay, this is why I take notes when I watch, because I have thoughts and I know I'm later. It's interesting. He talks about everything I did for this world, and look what we've done to her, right? But the truth is had it not been Londo, it would have been another Centauri. I think had it not been the Londo that forgot how to dance, that was in bed with Lady Adira and didn't want all of these. You know, if it hadn't been that guy who had been softened to that sort of stuff, been Rifa, one of those other guys. If that was the one who became Morden's associate, if that was the one who went through all that, that was the one who sealed off everything with the shadows, Centauri Prime would have been wiped out completely.
Gone. Yeah.
Like, this is a far better way to be than completely gone.
Everything we've seen, it's awful, and it's the best possible outcome.
For where they were going, yeah. You know, and we know going forward with Veer, presumably things get better. I still assumed Veer didn't have a little keeper on his shoulder. So anyway, we'll talk about that more in the podcast. Yeah. So
the humans fought back with even greater strength. They would weep, they would pray, they would say goodbye to their loved ones, and then throw themselves without fear or hesitation at the very face of death itself, never surrendering.
It'd be cool if we saw some of those mercenary guys who came after Sheridan.
That's a pretty cool,
who saw them fighting against the inevitable, could help but be moved to tears by their courage, their stubborn nobility.
This looks really good.
Yeah.
This is just an awesome depiction of the war.
When they ran out of ships, they used guns. When they ran out of guns, they used knives and sticks and bare hands. Magnificent.
I literally saw him stab him in the armpit.
I only hope that when it is my time, I may die with half as much dignity.
Are we on?
Think about that. They had that one ship destroyed 2 months into the war, and 2 years later they haven't done anything.
Yeah.
We ask for the support of every ship capable of fighting.
Draw the line here.
To take part in a last defense of our home world.
Though Earth may fall,
humanity.
the human race must have a chance to continue elsewhere.
It's like Battlestar Galactica.
No greater sacrifice has ever been asked of a people, but I ask you now to step forward one last time, one last battle, to hold the line against the night.
Battle of the Line.
May God go with you all.
You know one thing I've never heard, Jeff? You know the great speeches that Bill Pullman, we will not go quietly into the night.
Right.
We will declare this our, Picard. Line must be drawn here, no further. Which I always get that wrong.
Sheridan, so many.
Yeah, Sheridan, all of them. Like, we've heard all of these greats. I don't know that I've ever heard one of those kind of speeches from a female leader in anything I've ever watched. And I kind of was like getting those vibes here, but she just wasn't like
the gravitas
doing that, you know.
That's why
but I want to see that. Like, I was sitting there going like, please give me like rile the troops, like get them going.
I think we've seen it in Star Trek Discovery. Burnham but she had one every single episode. Every time they went on a mission. So like it was great, but also there was no
But it wasn't like like it just and I don't think that is a male female thing. I just don't think it's been written that way. I've just never seen it written like that.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm gonna think about that. There's got to be some.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys out there know of
help us out.
I'd really love to know that because,
because that was a great speech that she just gave.
Yeah. So, also a lot of the other stuff really wouldn't have. And hey, by the way,
You're
gonna
die.
Yeah, but give it.
Yeah, you can say that in a way.
Yeah. But in this particular moment, I get it. It's a bit more somber.
Yeah. Heavy.
I'm with that. I get it. But dude, that's a lot of Minbari ships to take out Earth, considering how much damage they do with one. Yeah.
We are almost within range of the homeworld of the humans. Why is it whenever I see you, you never speak, other than to ask questions?
Because I am wise.
Mm-hmm.
Because questions are all I have left.
Then at least bring your questions to the council.
Delenn spends a lot of time staring at candles.
That was a cool shot.
Yeah.
I like that shot.
Speeches by Delenn has had many of them.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. The only one to ever defeat a Minbari ship stands before me. Yeah. Or you are before me. He is behind me. Make your move.
Yeah, and she's had so many others too.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, gosh. You're right. I'm so sorry I missed that.
Are you still here?
Yes.
We have always been here.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah. Seriously, this is why you're here, guys. Like,
it takes a Sheridan to be like, come on, you bastards. You're just
Right.
going to sit there with your superiority?
The truth points to itself.
Do not understand.
Then you will fail.
You will.
But
go now. Go.
see, like, Olcash, right? We got Nathanael and Olcash. Like, he's not as, like assholey as we saw him with Lita. Like, after Kosh 1 got killed.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alpha 7
He's a
space.
little shorter
I'm picking up
than
energy
Kosh.
emissions on the horizon.
Well, but also his voice is a
Alpha
little
7,
higher,
scout
so
ahead.
they
See
kinda-
what's out there.
What did you call him?
Affirmative. Any bogeys
What
on
did you
screen?
call him?
Negative,
Olcash?
Alpha 7.
You have
All
Kosh
other
Nathanael and
squadrons
Kosh
maintain
Olcash.
radio silence
Okay.
until Alpha 7 checks us out.
I know something you don't know.
Closing in on trace emissions. So far, nothing. It might be just an echo or...
Oh, dear God.
Oh, hell. We got a scouting party. Repeat, we've got a scouting party. Hostiles on approach.
He's about to
Locking
die.
on.
Hold on, hold on. Alpha 7.
He's gone.
Red
Picking
3.
up enemy transmissions.
Stay in formation.
Red 5 standing by.
Hold the line. No one gets through.
Here we go.
There it is.
Understood.
It's time. Tell the others to jump.
I really want to know what the rules are for having their hoods up and hoods down. You know?
I think it has to do with how they're paying the actor.
Like, are they allowed to talk or not?
I'm on him.
Okay,
Targeting
we
fire.
know this guy.
Go. Mitchell, stay in
Yeah,
formation.
Mitchell. Who's
It
Mitchell?
might be a... Oh, God.
When the night 1 and night 2 were in his head.
Yes.
They're locking on.
His helmet's like,
God, this looks great.
It's a trap. Mitchell.
I've got a clear shot. I can
Like,
take
it's always
him. I can
darker
take him.
when it's the older footage, but they're doing a really good job weaving it in.
you know, light needs something to reflect off of in order to see it. I don't think they have haze in space.
They fight bravely.
Whether they fight or not, they know they will die anyway. So really, is this bravery or simple desperation?
I think it's literally the definition of bravery. Like, idiot.
Half stabilizers hit. Weapon systems at 0. Defensive grid at 0. Power.
So one of the things we know is they capture Sheridan, not Sheridan, Sinclair. They capture Sinclair. They bring him in. They do whatever to him, and presumably they discover that he is somehow part Minbari.
He lights up the triluminary is what happens.
That's what it is, right? He lights up the triluminary. And is that what actually, do we know that? That's what happens? He lights up the triluminary? And that tells them, like,
and this is not, Because I think at this point, their understanding of the triluminary is it ties you to Valen. But they don't know what that means yet. They just know it's...
Power plant near critical mass.
Child
Lower
of
weapon
Valen.
systems
Not like
locking
this.
on.
Not like this. If I'm going out, I'm taking you bastards with me.
Tell him.
Target main cruiser.
Angry
set for full
Sinclair's the
velocity
best
ram.
Sinclair.
Afterburners on my mark.
To bring one of them aboard for questioning. If our next step is the final assault on their world, we must know their defenses.
Do you need to know
Very
their...
well, Delenn. Choose.
The truth points to itself.
That one.
The one that just presented itself.
How great would it be to see Michael O'Hare in new footage in this film? I know he's not. But
When did he?
I'll see
When did
to
he
the
pass?
interrogation.
You know?
Oh, like 2000s.
Okay.
I wonder if any of this footage was cut footage, like cutting room footage from where they did it earlier.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. So like, that looks like older footage to me. No, maybe not. Yeah.
It's hard to like. There's definitely older footage in here, but it's
If you wish to conduct the final destruction of Earth,
see a lot more.
Delenn, we were using the triluminary to probe the human. You should come and see.
I wonder why they would do that.
I'll get the others. You should all come and
Exactly how are they probing him?
I know, right? Or not Vree.
Hey, we're gonna stick this thing.
I remember this scene.
Right.
We're like, why is he hanging from a triangle?
The triluminary confirms it. The human has a Minbari soul. And not just the Minbari soul. Yeah. The soul of Valen.
I still can't believe it. But the Triluminary is our most holy relic.
And it looks like garbage.
Cannot be questioned.
Minbari. Do not kill a Minbari. It is our greatest slaw.
What makes one a Minbari?
Tell the ships to stop firing.
Why did the Minbari surrender at the Battle of the Line on the very eve of victory? The answer to that question would change the galaxy forever.
What happened when they found out?
That is another story.
100% the Princess Bride.
The Babylon station will provide a place for us to work out our problems peacefully.
You better be building Babylon 1 and not 5.
It is, we believe, our last best hope for peace.
Best. There it is. Oh, yeah, it's got the red. Oh, whoops.
But like all
jinx
good things, it took them a while to work it all out.
Say 5th time's a charm.
Right?
There, you have your story.
Now give me my
You
thing
must
back.
go now. I have things to do.
You know what'd be cool is like if as this ends, they bring Sheridan in.
Right, and it's war without end.
Yeah.
Like, this is what happened in the middle.
Yeah.
Dear lady, I would love to walk with you.
He's hitting on her. He's hitting on her.
Somewhere.
Do you know how to dance?
For just 5 minutes.
Maybe even 1:48. Like, it's been a while. She's going to say something.
Well, what about Sheridan and Delenn? What about the end of the story?
Sheridan became president of a great alliance. Delenn ever at his side. The story is not over yet.
That's
the story.
The story's not over yet. Like, here we go. Right?
Yep.
You know.
Did they live happily ever after?
That remains to be seen.
Good answer. Because, no. Some not good stuff that goes down.
I mean, they lived and happily, just maybe not ever after.
Right.
Like,
bring me some bravari.
I need another bottle.
Got your bottle right here, my man.
There you go.
Several more bottles.
Oh, this might be.
And then wait 1 hour and bring the prisoners here.
It might be.
It might be. I told you. I told you.
He's going to get loaded. He's going to say the stuff, and then he's going to get choked out.
I told you that's what that. Hey,
you got it.
It's one
The
less
one-
together before.
Okay, I want to pay attention to this. Hold on.
It's all right, John. I accepted this fate a long time ago.
You are the one.
Who was?
They cannot
You're the
touch
one who
me.
was. I'm the one who will
Cannot
be.
harm me.
We are the one.
I'm not afraid.
You are the one who
Not
is.
if you are with me.
We are the one.
Our son is safe.
Your son is safe.
That's all that matters.
To the future. My old friends.
That is like a dollhouse.
Oh,
Right there.
100%.
Going
Yep.
out.
Ah, damn.
A special appearance by Michael O'Hare. I think he actually came in and shot some new footage for this.
Really?
Well, okay, let's see if there's a Michael York thing in here.
You're going to start.
Oh,
Dead
we can't
Space.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop.
We're not watching this movie yet. Okay. I really think he might have shot
Maybe, or
some
maybe
new
they just have to
footage.
credit him. I bet you there's a credit for Michael York.
I bet
in there.
not.
Really?
Not because it's not a special appearance.
I don't know.
Because they own the footage. They don't have to credit him for that.
I don't know.
You know what? Hey,
Like, that's why
you guys tell us.
That's why we never saw Nick Locarno again until Lower Decks. Like, they own the footage, they own the stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
All that stuff gets weird.
Yeah. But I mean, JMS wrote those pieces. Well, maybe not wrote it, but like.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway.
Either way.
Anyway.
That's cool.
All right. We have flipped over. We're here. All right, Jeff. So that was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Couple of initial thoughts go. I'm not leaving this time. So go ahead.
Right. No, this was what I think a lot of people kind of told us. It just really filled a lot of stuff out. For it. I said a bunch during the episode or during the movie, but it was really seamless how they tied everything together.
Yeah.
We saw the whole story. I don't know that we got a lot of new like plot information.
Yeah.
But it took all the pieces that we've gotten over 5 seasons and just fleshed it out into one narrative. It was really cool.
It just kind of filled in some pieces.
Yeah, and then filled in stuff. There's a couple things that I've got questions about a little bit, like the Stephen Franklin Sheridan Jakar thing.
I really want to go back to that first episode with Sheridan and just kind of pay attention to those interactions right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This time around.
It also strikes me that they had Ivanova on here, which was awesome for a hot second.
Yeah.
And that was it. But because this was probably filmed after the end of season 4.
Yeah.
So they probably had to pay her a boatload. I don't know. There had to have been some weird thing.
I mean, I would imagine they might have. They see that it's the hair thing with Bruce Boxleitner. Like, they couldn't have done this. They couldn't have filmed this in the middle of season 4.
No,
You know.
Well, they couldn't have either because it's TNT who did it.
They didn't shave his head when he was doing the tortures.
The intersections in real time.
They didn't shave his head for that, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. And it could have been because they bought it. I don't know. I don't know the timing. Either way.
Yeah.
She wasn't necessarily a thing. But yeah, no, this is really good.
But on the other hand, like logistically, Ivanova hadn't joined up with Earth Force yet.
Exactly.
You know, this was Ganya's time, you know, so
to see that story.
It kind of makes sense.
This was a great movie. I just it really fills things out. I love your idea. And I want us to think about it for the second time of watching things chronologically.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to just kind of see.
I mean, there wouldn't be a ton of changes, but like as we're about to do the movies, you know, we just slot them in their chronological space. Yeah. So in the beginning first, then we run to The Gathering, then we run
episode 1,
assuming that one of these other movies isn't set between in the beginning and in the Gathering.
We do know that one of them is set in the middle of season 4, right?
It's like in between 2 specific episodes. Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know if there's any more. What are some of your initial thoughts?
You know, I mean, this movie was exactly what I expected. You know, I think I had heard that this was a movie about the Earth-Minbari War. Okay. That's what I'd heard. I didn't have anything really beyond that. I loved the structure with Londo telling the story. Yeah. You know, I loved the piece at the end, mostly probably because I called it out.
Yeah.
You know, but
it was great. It's just, I mean, even just from like a storytelling standpoint, it just showed everything that happened was slotted into something that we've seen or experienced.
Yeah. I got to tell you though, if I was a person who had not watched Babylon 5 and it's coming to TNT and this movie comes out on TV and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this and it's supposed to like, first of all, I'm thinking it's going to catch me up, and it does a lot to kind of catch you up, but you don't get a lot as well. If that's where it ended, I would have been kind of mad. Also, I would have been really drawn into the story.
Yeah.
Also, if my next experience was no compromises, I would be like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like,
if my next experience was The Gathering, I might be out.
Because it's not, because it's not like this was during a time when it was streaming and they could just go back and watch them.
They had to wait for the
catch
reruns.
it whenever TV's putting it on. Like, you know, you can't go down to Blockbuster and rent the thing at the time. So
cool.
I enjoyed the film. It very much was a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
In every sense of the word. It felt it. That's just where it is. So
and it looked great for a made-for-TV movie. It looked great.
Yeah,
I think it was good. We have a lot to dive into. I think
we do
for the podcast.
Yeah, we don't want to give too much away because we're going into the show.
I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you guys for joining us here at Brent
and Jeff
watches Babylon 5 for the first time. Please, once again, like, subscribe, share this video. If you want the full unedited version, head over to patreon.com and you can check us out over there. And until then, we'll see you guys on Monday when I'll be back with Jeff. Oh, wait, you're right here. We'll see you guys for our main episode discussion on In the Beginning.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
See you.